Welcome. Thank you for joining us today. This is our weekly Jin Shin Jyutsu Spirit, Mind, Body gathering to pray for peace in the world and to connect to the source of peace within our own being. I've heard it said, if I wish to see peace in the world, let peace begin with me. So we offer together in these gatherings on Wednesdays simple techniques that can help relax and unite the body, the mind, the spirit, the heart, and bringing my entire being into unity is the beginning of finding peace. We utilize our hands in this art of Jin Shin Jyutsu to help me listen deeply to my own feelings, my sensations in the body, as well as the extravagant power of the breath. We don't need to determine how the breath is going to breathe. So there's no forcing of the breath in this art. However, as I'm using the techniques, I can allow my breath to soothe my body where there is discomfort, and to give my emotional being a little rest, allowing my emotional being to just lie down within the breath and release the tensions of the day, the worries of the world. I'm going to lead us through a sequence today, which is a little more complicated than what we usually use, or I should say a little fancier. And this is a sequence that helps to balance within my own being, the balance of dark and light. We are here in the Northern Hemisphere in the winter solstice, and in the Southern Hemisphere, if you're there, in the summer solstice. So this is when the balance is at its most extenuated, most stretched. And within the time here in the North, where dark is longer, larger than the light, people all over the world remember, they reach into that dark to hold and nourish the seeds of light. And that's how we work with this sequence. The first step, you're going to get a chance to work with left and right today. So the first step, my left hand goes, if it's comfortable, to the inside of my left heel. Now, there's no need to strain. And if that is not comfortable for me, I can simply hold the inside of the knee. That's going to be more comfortable for my camera. So that's where I'm going to land today. And the right hand goes either to the tailbone. I can have the palm of my hand on the tailbone, or the back of my hand, whichever is more comfortable. And if that feels like too much of a stretch for me, instead, I can place my hand at the top of the pubic bone. So there's no need in this art to try to be different than I am. I'm really listening to what brings me peace. And if I'm struggling, that's probably not the quickest avenue to my inner sense of unity and peace. So I'm holding either the inside of the heel and the inside of the knee with my left hand, right leg, and holding either the base of the spine, the tailbone, or the top of the pubic bone with my right hand. And as I'm holding these positions, I'm simply allowing the weight of the world to slide off my shoulders. Noticing my connection with the earth. This great source of comfort, of fertility. Here I am, rooted into the earth. And with each exhale, as I relax and locate my connection into the earth, I'm like a new seed, sending my roots down into the dark. Into the quiet. Exhaling the busyness of the day. And listening to this earth upon which I stand, within which I find my home. Which supplies me with all the energy I need. Food, holding for me the oceans, the wells and springs, the sources of water. Holding for me the warmth of the sun. Now we're going to switch which hand is where. Because I just realized we're going to end up too twisted around otherwise. So placing the right hand on the inside of the knee or the root of the foot, the heel of the foot, and the left hand at the tailbone or the pubic bone. And as I exhale into the planet, into the earth, releasing my sorrows and my worries, I am becoming a light, a root for light in the dark. At this time of year in the Northern Hemisphere, the world is beginning to grow the light. Long winter naps, deep excursions into the dark are part of this growing. And now I'll move my right hand to my left rib cage. The left hand stays at either the tailbone or the pubic bone. And with this step, the light, which is embryonic, always held within the dark, is beginning to extend, push a little stem up towards the surface. And as my roots in the deepness, the darkness, give forth this stem towards the light, I'm absorbing the light of the sun, I'm digesting the light of the sun. With each breath, that light circulating throughout my being, spirit, mind, heart, and body, strengthening, illuminating, my being here, being now. Now the right hand stays on the left rib cage, and the left hand crosses over to the right chest, over my heart. Well, my heart's on the left side, but at the level of the heart. And with this light, with this step, the light, which is embryonic within the dark, is suffusing my heart, my lungs, all the alveoli in my lung, like little leaves, gathering the breath and receiving the light. Which my courageous heart circulates throughout my being. This sequence strengthens my courage. It helps me to stand in times of darkness, to embrace the darkness, and allow the fertility of times of challenge to bloom, to root and extend leaves. Wow, sorry about that. And to bloom. And now my left hand moves just below the left collarbone. This is opening up my voice. With this sequence, the container of my being is stronger, so that I can allow in what nourishes me, and feel more safe, more secure, rooted into the earth, contained. I can say no to what doesn't nourish me. Giving myself time for the light to flower within. To mature into the offerings that I bring to others. Thank you. I'm going to welcome Kelly now to lead us further into this solstice celebration.
Thank you, Cynthia. That was so beautiful, so
Thank
lovely.
you, Kelly.
I loved the expression of our embryonic light. And the sequence that Cynthia shared with us helps us to embody light, to bring light into all of our cells, all of our organs, and all of our tissues. And we can hold our thumb also to bring in this light and to root us in the earth. And also we can hold at this area at the bend of the elbow or on the upper arm. It helps us to bring in the light of the sun. It allows us to stand in the light and power of our own inner authority. It helps to bring unity. So today, in the Northern Hemisphere, as Cynthia has mentioned, we're celebrating the winter solstice or the hibernal solstice. So depending on your orientation to how you're rooted in the earth, depends on how the light shines today. Solstice means sun stands still. So I love this expression, the sun stands still. And here, as we hold the center of the elbows, we're holding in this area of the center of the body or our solar plexus. So allowing the light to shine within, even on the darkest, longest day. Each of us is imbued with light. So let us, for a moment, simply receive a few breaths. I invite you to close your eyes and to receive light and breath. Mary Burmeister reminds us, be the light that you are. Thomas Merton, who is a prolific author who lived here in Kentucky, where I'm from, had an epiphany that each of us is walking around shining like the light of the sun. As I hug myself, as I hug my arms, I can remember that even in the darkness, I am the light. I love the word soul, S-O-L, or sun, and also the word S-O-U-L, this time of inward reflection, this time of hibernation. This season of winter helps me to go within and reflect, to rest, to clean, to restore my vitality for the spring. In this breath, I am becoming the light I am. I'm reminded of a quote from Leonard Cohen. Sometimes this time of year brings up our challenges. And I'm reminded of his eloquent quote, "Ring the bells that still can ring. Forget your perfect offering. There's a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in." So remembering that sometimes we discover our inner resilience and who we truly are in the darkness. And we cannot know light without the contrast of darkness. In the Tao Te Ching, it says, "Darkness within darkness is the gateway to all understanding." Mystery and manifestations arise from the same source. That source is darkness. So again, I invite you to close your eyes and simply see yourself within. When you close your eyes and dim the external light of the world, do you have a sense for the internal light in your own heart? There is a sacred chamber in the heart where the light lives, the light of your soul. So know that even on the darkest day or the darkest time in your life, that you are light, that you are love, and that you can always go within and seek the peace of the breath of life and see your inner light shining in the darkness. I'd like for us to honor a moment of silence as we receive the breath of life through conscious exhaling and inhaling breaths. What is compassion, understanding, and awareness if I'm not able to demonstrate it in my own life? Just as Cynthia said before, each of us can recognize the changes that we wish to be within ourselves in order for the world to change. I am becoming this change in every breath I receive, simply by being aware of this present breath. There's something about the nature of breath and light that reminds us, that helps us to remember who we truly are. Each and every one of us is an individualized expression of this light and the breath of life. Know that you hold a special place on this planet, in this Milky Way galaxy, simply by being breath. Never before, never again will this moment be. Trust and have faith. All you ever need be is the breath you are. Remember, each of us is a human being. We can allow the stress of the holiday, the stress of life, to melt away and return to this space of the breath. Emerson says, you can curse the darkness or light a candle. Each of us is a candle of light blowing in the wind. So again, let us close the eyes and simply breathe and receive together. This holiday season, may your light shine, and may your light be a beacon for others in times of darkness. We are so grateful for each and every one of you, for this beautiful community all around the world, breathing and receiving together. I wish to thank you on behalf of Jin Shin Jyutsu, Spirit, Mind, Body. We wish you a healthy, happy, and harmonious holiday and New Year. If you want to see us again, please feel free to visit Jin Shin Jyutsu spiritmindbody.com, where you can have access to our peace meditations that happen weekly on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern. And you can also find our class listings there. So may peace be with you this holiday season. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Jed. Thank you all.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.